Hello. So, creation. Creation takes action, and this is a really funny to me. It's a really funny video to do because to me it would just be common sense that we have to actually take action towards what it is that we want. But then I realized that actually not everyone realizes that, and so let's open that up. Let's open that up just a little bit here. Um, we're in this physical plane of existence, right? And the things that we want, although there is an emotional drive for that, for whatever that desire is, the things that we want usually take some type of physical form. If we were happy with just the emotional feeling, then we wouldn't need anything at all physical. We also wouldn't need our physical body, but we came here to have this experience on earth. We came here to have this human experience. Yet I wonder if we have so much within us, um, so much trauma perhaps within us that we actually are a little bit afraid of taking that action. You know, there's been such a grooming of our society for millennia about having a very punitive response to things. You know, you say something, you might get shouted at. You do something, you might get shouted at. It isn't even as mild as that. You know, you say something out of turn, or not out of turn, but out of alignment, I should say. And, you know, we're in such a cancel culture that there'll be persecution, there'll be a ripple effect. And so it can take a great deal of courage to actually act upon something. But here's the catch, is that we don't actually, or we can't actually heal as well without showing ourselves that it's okay to act. It's where the action comes from that deems what the response is going to be. So if we're wanting to create something in our reality, maybe it's we want to have a new business, maybe it's we want a different, we want a relationship, we want a friend circle. Without taking action, it's not just going to magically populate or create itself. The only way it's going to create itself, if we're not taking action, is in our imagination. But that isn't satisfying enough, because what happens is, if we look at the bigger picture as to why we're here, we came here to have this very tangible, very pragmatic experience on earth. We came here to be in the body, experience through the body. Otherwise, we wouldn't need to be here. And sometimes I wonder if we get so disassociated with our body, with our form, that we actually convince ourselves in some ways that we don't want to be here. You know, that well, I want to go home, I don't want to be here. But that's a trauma response. And this might be a bit of a controversial video. The way I'm kind of phrasing it is a little bit more direct than it can sometimes be. So, but I think this topic is very, like, if everyone got this, if everyone understood this, then we would put much more emphasis on, firstly, how we're feeling and how aligned we are, and then allowing the inspiration that drops in, that can channel in when our body, our mind feel unionized, unified, when our heart feels open genuinely, when our body then feels open as well, because the heart's being open and the body actually being receptive, they're two different things. You know, we can convince ourselves a lot, and we do this. These are protective parts of ourselves that convince ourselves that we are doing something or fitting a criteria, when actually we're not. The reality is very different. So we want to allow the body to be receptive. What does that mean? It means that we're not hunched up, cold, screws and tight. You know, our nervous system isn't triggered. We're regulating ourselves. We are building trust between our mind and our body. Because when we can cover the basics of what it is that our body needs, that our human self needs, you know, feeling safe, feeling nourished, feeling warm, feeling fed and watered, if you presume you're not breatharian, you know, feeling connected. When we can feel these things and help our body feel like its basic needs are met, then it actually opens us up to actually be really receptive of whatever is around us, because there is eternal and infinite and abundant amount of choices and options and people and places and spaces and times and opportunities and abundance, even, and everything. It's all around us. We just stop it coming in. And it's not even really our mind that stops it coming in, because the mind is programmed by ourself anyway. or by the collective if we haven't practiced training our mind. And the mind is only aware of just a fraction of all of who you are. The body tells you, though, the body shows you. So take a moment, just notice, are you tense anywhere? Are your shoulders up high? Is your jaw tight? Is your tongue on the roof of your mouth, or is it relaxed? Is your breathing deep and into your belly, or is it shallow and up in your chest? Have you got any aches or pains anywhere? Have you been listening to your body? Because when we allow ourselves to receive the inspiration, the fun ideas, the things that make us laugh or giggle or smile, we're in a space where we're open and receptive. First comes the idea, first comes the feeling, the emotion, the idea. Then if we choose to take action that marries up with that inspiration, then you are actually actualizing, you are making manifest in this earth plane what it is that you want. You're stepping closer and closer and closer towards it rather than further away. So every time that we feel a feeling and receive or think a thought that brings us joy, that inspires us, that is there to offer us our next steps, and we choose to ignore it, we break trust with ourselves. We step further away from what it is that we want to create. But it doesn't take long to get closer to what it is that you want. It just takes consistency. So if this video offers anything today, be it that it's okay to take action, there's always going to be consequence. We're in a world of cause and effect. That's why we came here. Because sooner or later we realize that we are also not just the cause, but we are also the effect. The more that we build that trust and that relationship between the two, between action reaction or action response, the more we realize it's all just a balanced equation, and it's the quicker we find our way to feeling this very joyful flow state of being, where there are no options off limits, where someone can say, hey, do you want to do this? And you go, yeah, why not? And this all links in with how we start to release charge, release resistance, release things that block us, So anyway, I hope that this helps. Just a little tidbit from me to you. So much love to you this beautiful day. And I hope you're enjoying the wonderful sunshine, if it's sunny where you are. Bye for now.